Okay, we're live. Hey everybody, thank you for joining in another installment of Cacao Addict, how to make healthy chocolates at home. Today is a bit of a variation on the plain chocolate recipe using beautiful cacao and cacao butter and coconut oil, maple syrup, but I'm using a different powder today called lucuma, and also one of my favorites, maca. So lucuma and maca together just gives it that nice malty kind of citrusy taste as well. A few things just come over here before, just to show for people who are watching in Europe. These are some superfood powders that I've managed to find from a company called 7 Hills, which is available on Amazon Prime. I love Amazon Prime, just saying. It's really cool. If you're watching in Australia, check out lovingearth.net, or if you're checking out this from Western Australia, check out our mate Craig at Woodvale Way and Pay. Go and see him. He's also stocking our beautiful book, Cacao Addict, in the background there, as are we stocking it on shantystar.com as well, so check it out there. So superfoods, make sure you get the best of the superfoods. So get Peruvian cacao butter, Peruvian cacao powder, okay? And really good extra virgin coconut oil. Don't be buying the nasty cheap stuff. It's just going to be nasty and cheap. So over here, show you a little method first off. This is called the double boiler method. You just get a little bit of water simmering at the bottom of a saucepan. You put a glass bowl over the top. Don't have it really rapidly boiling. Just have it a little bit, just doing this little bit there. So it's just going to melt the cacao butter, and it's going to melt the coconut oil as well. Okay. Now over here, this is some really cool, beautiful, edible gold pearlescent dust, I guess you could call it. It's food grade pearlescent dust. So what I've done with a paintbrush is I've put a little dollop of this gold dust in each of the little vessels of the molds, and I've just brushed it around with a paintbrush. So when the chocolates come out, they're going to be this amazing pearlescent gold sheeny finish to them, which is really quite yummy as well. So onto the melting at hand. These are cacao butter buttons, and this is actually called cacao elixir. This is like cacao mass. So it's 100% Peruvian, yummy cacao butter. So you don't want anything else but Peruvian, in my opinion. There's African chocolate, there's Indonesian chocolate, but as I've said in many of my videos, the Peruvian is just the best. It really is just the best. So you want to melt the cacao butter, the cacao mass, and as it's starting to get a little bit cooler, you can see that my coconut oil is beginning to solidify. So you want to melt this. Now I want to say this to people, please, if you know me by now, if you're very new to this, you won't know this, we do not microwave our beautiful cacao butter and our coconut oil, because microwaves destroy the goodness that is in the wonder of cacao butter.
Well, basically, we do not microwave anything.
Oh, we don't microwave anything. Actually, no, we don't microwave milk. Well, not that we drink milk. We don't microwave a single thing, because what it's going to do is it's going to disturb the properties. And, cacao butter, coconut oil has got these magical properties in it that are antimicrobial. They are full of magnesium, they're full of proteins, they're full of vitamins, they're full of minerals, and any unnatural heat, especially microwaves, not only boils the hell out of it, but it also changes the molecular structure and just changes the nutritional value as well. So please don't microwave. But with this...
you're getting lots of love from Andrew.
Oh, very good, very good. Lots of love back to you as well. Love, love, love. What we want to do is not, like I said before on the video, you don't need to be boiling this water really rapidly. You just have to have it just lightly simmering, because as soon as this all melts, and you can see it's actually doing it really quite quickly, right? As soon as this all turns to a liquid state, I'm going to turn the heat off on the water, so I don't need to really keep it doing its thing. So just a little bit more.
Can I just remind you of something?
Yep.
You need to say hi to Andrew with your lips.
Ah, hello Andrew. Welcome. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, it's almost done its magic. So hoping a lot of people have got a copy of the book. It's been going crazy. We are just so excited. We can believe it. It's quite magical, but we are so surprised by all the love and all the posts that people are putting up of their recipes that they've made. They're so excited to have a yummy cookbook. So I'm so proud and honoured to have done it for you guys. So I'm very, very honoured. Thank you so much for your support. All right, that has done its thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold a little tea towel here, and I'm just going to put the bowl off the heat onto here, okay? Just so I don't stir it too crazily on the saucepan and it goes flying. So you can see that's melted beautifully. It's really like liquid. This recipe will not work if you chuck everything in together. It just needs to melt. So these two things have got to melt. So, firstly, we've got the beautiful Peruvian cacao powder. So just add in a little bit. Mix it in. This is how simple it is, guys. But I tell you what, the coconut in with the cacao butter just makes these chocolates melt like a dream. Most people that try my chocolate recipe just go, oh my God, I can't believe it's not stayed on my palate. It's just like completely melted. So that's really quite a yummy chocolate, is to have the melt factor with the coconut oil. So mixing that all in to be a nice batter.
I was so excited that your book is on your way to you. Please take a picture and tag #Cacao Addict when it arrives. That'd be great.
Yes, please. Lots of hashtags. Cacao Addict. That'd be really cool. Cacao Addict. All right, so that's all melted into that. So here today is one of my favourite brands is Loving Earth. This is an Australian-owned company. Organically sourced, sustainably sourced. This is from Peru.
Very fair trade as well.
And fair trade, yeah. They're exactly like doTERRA, which is why we love them. So this is maca. It's really great for all your body systems, but particularly it's really good for balancing out your hormones. So it's a bit of an aphrodisiac. It's really great for energy, natural energy, and it's also good for, like I say, libido, hormone support in men and women. So adding it to chocolate just gives it a whole nother dimension. And the other one here is lucuma, which is another beautiful berry from Amazonia. And it's got a nice citrusy kind of taste. The maca is a little bit malty, whereas lucuma is a little bit citrusy. So this has got lots of minerals, lots of fiber, lots of vitamins, lots of really beautiful magical properties. So I like to incorporate both of those in together as my superfood addition. And guys, look, once you build up your superfood collection in the fridge, because a lot of these really do need to keep in the fridge because of the way they oxidize, you can kind of come up with your own creation. So you can add a bit of spirulina to this, or you can add a bit of lucuma to that, or a bit of maca to your smoothies. And that's really my desire, is to get people into the superfoods and getting them into including more of that into your diet every day. It's a bit of pink salt. Just going to put all of that in there. It's about a half a teaspoon of pink salt. Pink salt's got lots of added nutrients and minerals to it. I think about 84 trace minerals, which is good, better than just iodized normal salt. And maple syrup. Love organic. Please buy organic, or in Italy they call it bio or bio. It's bio. It's what. There's a lot of practices, particularly in Canada. We like to support the organic maple syrup trade, because they just farm their trees in a very nice way, and they don't use any pesticides and chemicals and any formaldehyde in the corking process. So we love maple syrup because it's just awesome, and it's better than your brown sugar and your processed crappy sugar that just turns to fatigue after you eat it real quick. So
Zinka is drooling.
That is thickening them up.
And
Look at that.
Joanne is saying hello.
Oh yeah. Hello, hello, hello. All right, and now, lucky last. Of course, we only ever use doTERRA, wild orange. Look, the purity of doTERRA is so unmatched. We use a lot of their food grade oils in the chocolates that we make, but wild orange is always one of my favorites. It's just from the peel, and the flavour, the intensity, the therapeutic benefits are just like through the roof. So I like it quite zingy. Who remembers, give me some love hearts for some Jaffas. Do you ever remember like eating Jaffa chocolate? That's just, in my opinion, like such a beautiful, beautiful taste. The pairing of orange and chocolate together is just divine. So I'm going to put 10 drops in here. 3, another 3. I think that was 9. Let's do one more. I always do one more. So
except for cardamom.
Mixing, yes, or cinnamon. So you really want to mix that everything in there, okay? Now look, the trick in this method that I'm doing here, it's a very mild form of conching, but a lot of professional chocolate makers, like in Switzerland or England or even in Italy, they can conch chocolates for up to a few days for the flavours to really come out of the chocolate. But realistically, you only need to mix this up for a minute or so to really make sure it's a smooth mix. But I have literally made this blend, this recipe, God, I can't even remember, hundreds of times, and it always just turns out super smooth and beautiful.
It smells amazing, guys. Sorry that
amazing.
There's no smell-o-vision.
Yeah, the chocolate, the orange, the coconut, the maple, oh yeah. So look, I could stir, but we have a live video here, so we don't want to be going for too long. But my little trick that I've discovered...
You tried that?
With, I sure did. My little trick I've discovered is that it's a lot easier to pour into these beautiful moulds rather than getting a spoon and putting them in. That's just too fiddly. Pour it straight into like a jug like this. Or even if you're making it in a Thermomix, you can just pour straight from the jug. It's super easy.
Joanne, earlier in the video, which will still be posted up, John's mentioned the suppliers in Australia. So when you rewatch it, you'll be able to get them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's what I'm actually getting a lot of questions from people going, okay, I've got your book now. Where do I buy the magic ingredients from? So yeah, Loving Earth again, and if you're in Western Australia, Woodvale Weigh and Pay. They've got a really great organic, fair trade Peruvian section as well, which I love. Okay, so those moulds look great. Hey, I'm so in love with these moulds. I found these on from a place called Savour Cooking School, which is in Melbourne. They're about $40 each, Australian, but they're worth it. They're really good quality hard resin or hard plastic. So we're just going to pour in each one. Can we hear the church bells behind us here?
Andrew wants to lick.
Now the gold, you don't have to do this gold finish, but I'm a bit of a peacock. I like things flashy and shiny. So I like the idea of when these chocolates are done. It's just a real wow factor when you're making chocolate for your guests, in that it's just something that next level that people can really go, oh my gosh, that's just beautiful.
Or making chocolate for yourself.
Yeah, or for yourself, exactly. It's like you're eating ancient Egyptian treasures or something, but that tastes like chocolate.
Yeah, Sharon, yummy in your tummy. You have to get off here afterwards and make your own.
Alright, so just make sure that is in. I'm not sure if I've got enough batter here to do the whole lot, but let's just see. I'm going to do a little scrape trick in a moment. So it doesn't have to be too exact. If you do go, overflow, or you're sort of thinking you're making a mess, I'm going to show you a little trick in a moment. Because I was quite precise when I first started making chocolates. It was like, oh no, it has to be in each hole, and it's going to be, a disaster if it doesn't all fill up. But I'll show you this little trick here, which is super easy. My little scraper, which is just in here. So you can pick up a scraper from most cake shops, or even from like the kitchen sections of Big W, I think might even have it, supermarkets, yeah, basically. You really want to make sure that, so rest it flat, you want to make sure that there's no gaps or little bits that are not completely full in the chocolate moulds, because They won't come out
in these molds.
in
this
these
style.
molds. I found that out the hard way. So really, if you've got hard molds like this, you must scrape and scrape and scrape again until it's almost like it's a science experiment. It has to completely be an exact pour, if that makes sense.
And if you are doing it in silicon trays, the trick is to put the silicon tray onto something that is hard, like a chopping board or a board, before you pour it in, so that it makes it easy, so you can lift it up and then put and scrape it in afterwards.
Exactly. See what I did there? There's a bit of excess, so I kind of just went over and over and over, so everything was covered. So that's all looking pretty good. And that still might need just a little bit extra on top there, but it's not going to matter. So what I've done here as well, I'll put these in the fridge in a little moment, but just come over here to the table. What I've done is I've got some little patty tins with some macadamia nuts in there, so I'm just going to fill these up with the excess. You do whatever you like with your excess, but makes it a nice little treat for someone or for you.
One of the things that you can do is, like, this mixture is like ice magic. So if you make this at a time that you want to eat some ice cream, you can pour it over the top of your ice cream, or you can make, in the cookbook, there's a banana ice cream mixture if you don't want the dairy, and you can then pour this over the top, and it's like hard, crunchy, amazing flavoured chocolate.
Ice magic.
Like natural, healthy.
Well, I think I called it nice magic.
Nice magic.
Yeah, nice magic. Ice magic without the come down. And look at that. Sometimes I surprise myself with my measurements. I think it's just going to be enough to cover all these. That's what you get being a cacao addict. A cacao addict. Once you make lots of chocolate, you kind of guess how much is going to be made. And that's it, folks. Complete with a drop on the table. So thank you so much again for all your support, for all the book sales. Keep them coming. We've got lots in Australia. We've got them coming to UK, I believe, either today or tomorrow. So
or
watch,
early next week.
Yeah, or early next week. But watch Shanti Star for details on that. And we are going to be at Global Convention for doTERRA's convention in September. And I've got several thousand copies of the book coming over there. Lots of stockists. And yeah, come and message us to find out where. Thank you again for tuning in. Enjoy. Please, we would love to see #CacaoAddict with all of your recipes and stuff that you make out of the book, and some of your own creations we'd love to see as well. Thanks again, guys, for your support. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.